Yo, people, lateness is greatness. Welcome back into the building. You already know what time it is. Euro Euphoria. We're waiting on Monstar. He'll be joining us in a second. I'm guessing he's just prepping. But we got Saji, do you know what I'm saying? Man of the moment. Bro, how you doing, first of all?
You're really getting the most out of this screen, aren't you?
I have to.
Because I'm pretty sure. What is this show at this point? Is this?
It's oil boys, but I want to give it a Euro theme, and the Euros is over in the next 2 weeks, so I have to get my.
His worth, because once it's over, this European euphoria is no more. I take it.
Well, I'll save it for the next Euros, you know.
Damn, talk about European euphoria. A lot has happened.
Champions of Europe. We already know what we are. Kevin is consistent, you know. That's what I like about Kevin. He does not miss. He does not miss every single time. But how are you feeling, Saj, after the England-Germany high? Are you engraced in this country's, celebration, or are you just bypassing here?
I am a staunch hater of the English national team. You already know why. Gave up on them a while ago. So yes. Don't know how this. I'm very disappointed. If they don't make it to the final, they're dead. But
this is the thing.
Dead, so,
This is the thing now. They're under intense pressure to make it to the final because now they're the favourites on their side of the draw. Do you know what I mean? I think it's obviously Ukraine just went through after beating Sweden. You've got Denmark and you've got Czech Republic. No disrespect, but you should be getting through those batch of teams and getting to the final. If you don't, it is a massive, massive underperformance there. Kevin says, what happened to Big Steve? Big Steve was actually at the game. Spoke to Big Steve and he said, as long as he gets to the hotel in an orderly fashion, then he'll be on, which is questionable. So we can only hope. That
kind of sounds like if I'm not too drunk, I'll see it. If I don't, lads, I don't. You know what I mean?
I can only wonder what Steve's been up to in Wembley tonight. So he's got the link. So hopefully, I can't guarantee that though. Hence why not the title. Lukaku will be less complicated than Haaland. You seem to be on about transfers, and I'm not on that wave right now. These brothers love a transfer. Do you know what? I'll cover transfers soon. I'll try and get another journalist on who knows what they're talking about in terms of transfers. But we'll wait until probably after the Euros or just when the Euros are coming to an end, because right now, neither of these players are going to go anywhere right now.
Quickly. A lot of people I'm seeing in the comments, I'm getting a lot of slander. Oh, what? You don't really support England. How can't you support England? I am a survivor of the golden generation. Anyone that is a genuine, not like a little quote them in their last little tournaments and they did a little 1-2. I am a genuine survivor of the golden generation, of the generation where England had everyone and they couldn't do anything. If you survive that level of trauma, come back to me. Then we can talk. So when I don't support England anymore because my heart can't take it, you should know why, bro.
I survived that too, bro.
Monstar, how are you doing, bro? You got the shirt on, everything's all... You're glowing, young man. You're glowing. What's going on here?
It was a good game. The place where I went to watch the game, when the goals went in, beers, I hate when the beers start flying, man. Like, got soaked, bro. Like,
I could bet.
Soaked. Like, it's mad, but it was a good game and it was a good experience, man.
That's what you sign up for, though, isn't it? An England game. That's what you sign.
Exactly.
You know that's going to happen.
We were trying to go out, but me and Teese, we couldn't quite
get it done.
Yeah.
But maybe Box Park for the next round. I personally didn't expect England to get to the next round, so I thought this would be my last opportunity to party England style. But it seems that they're looking to progress. They're looking to actually
you didn't think they were going to make it out to this round, did you? You thought this was a Germany all the way.
Me?
I can't lie. I felt like Germany was going to win that one.
Same.
To be fair to England, right? They, first half, I remember saying to Saj, I said, listen, you guys are missing a bag of chances, or Harry Kane rounding a goalkeeper, not finishing, not being cutthroat or ruthless in the final third. I said, you know what? This is going to come back to bite you lot, because I think Germany are going to step it up in the second half. But credit to England, they actually just persisted with what they did in the first half. They kept going and going and going. And Sterling, I know Maguire got man of the match and he had a really good performance, but I felt like the man of the match should have been Sterling. He was good defensively.
He missed two really good opportunities.
Yeah, they did. They did have two. That's why I feel
No. I'm talking Maguire. Maguire missed two great opportunities.
Oh, the header. But the
headers.
He couldn't really generate the power on one of those headers, though. It's not really a chance, in my opinion. He's very far out to even try and generate any power there. And then the other one, I agree, he should have done better. But I think Sterling should have been the man of the match because he was the driving force. He was the one picking up the ball, dribbling, getting past players, trying to link up with Kane. I was very impressed, man. Saj, what did you make of him? Because as I keep saying, Man City, this is your brother. This is your guy.
I'm going to put it like this, yeah. I touched the TL and then all of a sudden, Southgate, he knows what he's doing. He's a tactical genius. Bruv. All man is saying is how Grealish doesn't start. I don't understand. I understand that certain teams are good. I don't. A fluke is I'm not saying it's a fluke. But for this man to have 3 bad matches, 1 good match, and all of a sudden he's a tactical genius just doesn't make any sense.
It's sarcasm. No one actually believes he's a tactical genius, and you know that.
But I agree, man, because the people on the timeline are gonna, they're gonna come and say, see what we told you about Southgate, see what we told you about Deckers, and blah blah blah. Yeah, we won, but
that first half was nuts. No, Monstar?
None of them convinced me of anything. They ain't convinced me that these guys are amazing or anything at all. We did win though, but I don't think too much of any of them, to be honest. I still think they're okay footballers. Like Declan Rice is not as good as they're trying to make it out to be. No way. Can
we talk about Harry Kane? I know Harry Kane scored, so all of the bullshit up until that point is like overhauled, it's obsolete, so on and so forth. But prior to that, Harry Kane in the first half was such a non-factor. It was scary.
He couldn't get any touches, but that's been the story of the whole tournament. Harry Kane's always felt like a really isolated individual who can't get involved. Do you know what I mean in the game?
What I've seen the English media do is do this whole weird, but that's how he plays for Tottenham. Bruv, respectfully, the only reason he does that for Tottenham is because Tottenham suck, and he needs to come that far back to get the ball. That's not where Harry Kane should be.
But it's part of their game, though, because at Tottenham, you saw a glimpse of it where he had drawn the defenders and it left space in behind, and someone, I can't remember who it was, I tried to get in that space. It just didn't work out. That's kind of part of Tottenham's tactics. With England, it's not really their tactics, is it?
Yeah. Do you know what it is with England, right? I felt, Grealish again, no surprise when he comes on, he creates an opportunity. No shock that the guy who's been creating some of the most chances in the Premier League for the past back-to-back seasons comes on and creates a clear-cut opportunity for Harry Kane. People were joking around the timeline. As soon as Grealish comes on, Harry Kane almost says, okay, cool. Now I have a chance here. Do you know what I mean? Now I have a chance to score. And it's just one of them things where he just oozes quality, man. And now we're coming up against a Ukraine. For me, he's got to be starting in that game. I know Saka did his best. You know what I mean? He had moments up against Goossens and Rudiger, tried to get one of them booked, and he had some moments where he was trying to dribble. But at the same time, Grealish is clearly a level above. Bambo, I know you're here as a mod. Just be as sharp as you can on these blocks, man. Because I don't know what these brothers are smoking today. They got a lot of. They got one too.
I've never had one before. I feel honored, yo.
I don't want you to time out mods. I don't want you to time them out. I want you to block them immediately. If you could do that, thank you. But just in general, Monstar, are you? So you're not really. So what you're saying is you're not really impressed with what you saw from England. You haven't. It hasn't changed any. They haven't crossed that hurdle. Do you remember when we said England have never really beaten a big team on a big occasion yet and done the business when it matters most in a big tournament? This they did do it today. Do you know what I mean? Hasn't changed anything for you.
You could say yes. They obviously Germany is a big team, which is true. This German team is not that good of a team if you would have watched them previously.
This is the conversation we had.
But at the same time, I'll just give it to them. They won. There's no point in even dampening the mood. Let's just enjoy what we've seen. But I wouldn't. The thing is, I don't think that Germany team was that good. But you beat what's in front of you, innit? And England.
Question, Monster. Would you say, Amethyst? Would you say this is because my brother was watching a game with me and Teeth, so we had a little conversation at halftime. Would you? And he brought up he actually said this. He was like, "How good is this German team?" Because honestly, this is one of the worst German teams that I can remember.
Yeah, it's a bad German team. Like they are terrible in my opinion. I don't think they're that good. I've been saying they need to. There's quite a few fraudulent managers, even though they're World Cup winners. Deschamps, fraudulent manager. Joachim Löw, fraudulent manager as well. These guys need to leave because you can't.
Damn, look at Frank de Boer. He lost his job.
Frank de Boer as well, another fraudulent manager.
Deschamps,
Yeah, I mentioned Deschamps. Deschamps.
Damn, these brothers are World Cup winners. You're giving them fraudulent.
It doesn't matter. They're still fraudulent. Like they're terrible. You don't have them. You don't have that kind of talent at your disposal, and you play the way with Deschamps. You've been playing what was it, a 4-2-3-1 or whatever throughout the whole tournament. Gets to the knockout stage, you decide to play with a back three. You're playing Kante on the left. I think he was playing on the left. He didn't even look like he was playing in midfield. He looked like he was playing on the wing the whole game. Just to me, these guys, they need to go, man. They ruined this tournament for me. I can't lie. It's really terrible tactics. Same thing with Frank de Boer. As you can see, he's sacked now. So Joachim Löw, he's gone now. Frank de Boer sacked.
Flick's coming in, isn't he?
Yeah, so hopefully Deschamps is gone as well. I can't believe the talent this man had at his disposal and he ruined it. I can't believe that.
Also, just to add as well, I'm just looking at Kai Havertz, because for me, Kai Havertz on that pitch for Germany just stood out. And it's not even Chelsea proper at this point. It's a point where he created opportunities, clear cut. And at times I just felt like not on the same severity as Pogba, but the rest of the team just let him down, man. Muller missed a clear cut opportunity.
Oh, that was such a miss. Even Timo.
It's just crazy.
Timo was on target today.
Yeah, but he still missed an opportunity.
He missed a big opportunity, yeah.
So I think that was a good save, Normally I'd be like, but it did. Timo put it in the right place. Pickford just pulled off a brilliant save, innit? And like you said, for France, they let Pogba and Benzema down because for once, Benzema showed up. We've been looking for this Donny for since the tournament started. We've been looking for this Don. And Mbappe in the defense. Oh, Mbappe really let that team down.
This is the thing. Go on.
As soon as it went to penalties, when Mbappe stepped up, first thing I said to myself is, bruv, this guy has missed chance after chance after chance this whole tournament. He's missing this penalty because he can't score to save his like. There's no way after all those chances missed, he has the confidence to step up and take a pen. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I could just tell he was going to miss. Do you know what I mean? He really let Benzema and Pogba down because two of them were having, look at that. Even for Benzema's first goal, could have passed Mbappe gave him. That was a terrible pass. But Benzema being a world
managed to control it,
managed to bring it, control it, get out of his feet and finish it off. Do you get what I mean? So,
It's that type of performance from Kai, which is why I was so gassed that we signed him in the beginning. I mean, Werner, there was always strengths and weaknesses to him. Ziyech, everybody knows I wasn't too loud about us bringing him in, but interested to see what he can do. Kai was one of those guys where I just undoubtedly had no doubts on this guy. He just stinks of talent. Do you know what I mean? The natural ability that he has is just crazy. I don't think we've had natural ability at the club since probably, I'd say, in terms of signing a new player, probably since Hazard. I think everybody else has been quite, they've had to work quite hard to improve, but he just has this natural ability that we haven't. I
go to ask you, can he roll over these European performances into club? Because you see some people balling out at the Euros that when they go back to their club, not really doing it.
But Kai has always showed patches. You can always tell this guy is going to be class because you can see it in his game. Maybe it just comes with it's Kai how old is Kai? 22.
Yeah,
he's got time on his hands, so he's always going to improve. But when you look at him, you can just see the class and the elegance, and and the brilliance of the type of player he is, and he was their best player in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's also with him as well, is that I hope that, like I said, obviously it's so critical that we don't like bombard him with that striker responsibility all next season and put that mad amount of pressure. He's going to have pressure on him anyway. And obviously when you cost that much, rightly so, but I still think just behind the forward, because if you look at where he was picking up the ball for Germany at times today, he was coming deep. And I liked it. Do you know what I mean? It's not where I want him starting. I want him to be able to roam and have that free role. But I do like the fact that he wants to get on the ball because he's a very good passer of the ball. I've said this before. People say that we need a playmaker, but I don't think they've seen what Kai can do in terms of creating chances yet in the Chelsea shirt. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they've seen the level of passing range and ability that this brother can possess when we're trying to create chances. So we've signed a lot of attacking midfielders already. I really don't think that I just feel like we need to give this guy a bit more time. He's still very young. He's had his first season. He's had his adjustment, caught the disease and whatnot, and we move from there.
Quickly, what was Low doing in the why 87-minute substitutes?
This is what I expected. We spoke about this. I expected Southgate to be on this slow thing, putting subs out slowly. It was ended up being low. I have no idea.
Why do I keep seeing Kimmich at right wing back? Like, he's so wasted there, man. Like, so wasted.
You were 2 down, and I was like, you should have made these substitutions 20 minutes ago, man.
Yeah, because the second half they didn't step up to the level. I was like,
what can Sané do in 4 minutes plus at a time? I was like, what?
But he was reacting, isn't he? He was reacting to what was happening on the pitch instead of being proactive. I was expecting those changes to come way earlier. I'm surprised that Gnabry. I mean, what did you guys think of Werner even starting? Because for me personally, I would have started Gnabry over Werner personally.
Yeah, Gnabry's been poor in the
Sané as well.
The cup games. Sorry, the group games. Yeah,
it
hasn't been great for Germany.
They've all been poor.
It hasn't been great for Germany.
So you wanted to try something new.
Yeah.
I don't think Werner was terrible, but I mean, do you think he was terrible?
I thought he was quite fast. I thought him and like even I actually turned to Matisse one point in the game and I was like, because like Kai went and got the ball from like just in England's side, and him and Werner just blitzed. It was like it was 2-on-6. Remember, Matisse?
Yeah.
Remember that 2-on-6?
And they both still fashioned out a good opportunity and won the corner from it. Yeah, that was just after England bottled their counter, I think. Where Sterling, the only thing about Sterling's game, and we spoke about it during the game, that he needs to improve on, he's always got his head down. He doesn't release the ball quick enough. It's very similar to what I see at Pulisic from Chelsea at times as well. When you've got the ball and you're dribbling, and his dribbling is very good, Sterling, like he can weave and get around players and be quite nippy, and he did it quite a few times today, and we did need that. But then when it's time to release the ball, it just takes a bit too long sometimes. Do you know what I mean? It kind of kills the attack.
Are you referring to when they were on the left flank and Harry Kane was like Sterling was literally on the edge?
This is where you lost it.
He could have passed the ball and Harry Kane could have shot from just outside the box, and he chose not to. And I was like, why? I don't know why. Like, because my thing is, if the wingers aren't going to pass to Harry Kane, why is he on the field, bruv? Like, I know that sounds so crazy to say, bruv, but I feel like at some points in that game, I kind of felt like he was taking up space on the field. I felt like he was an unnecessary extra body. And I know that sounds crazy to say about Harry Kane, but I'm like, you might as well just play a false 9 if that's the case.
Someone said to me that Rashford announced Sancho deal on Twitter. You absolute liar. The fact that you even made me check my phone there, I'm actually kind of disappointed in myself that I even fell for the bait. Santa the Man says Mbappe overrated. He needs this loss to humble him.
Ooh, we spoke about that after.
Listen again. This is Monstar. What's your? Because I think me and Saj spoke about this at length. I can't remember. I don't think it was on YouTube yet. But Monstar, what's your take on the Mbappe reaction now? Do you think everybody's going overboard? Because I personally think, listen, I did enjoy the humbling, but at the end of the day, he's still a world-class player. Do you know what I mean? He's still top generational talent at the end of the day.
No, he's not overrated, man. He's just, he had a terrible tournament. Like, this is it wasn't a bad game. It was a bad tournament for him because he was so wasteful this tournament. And I feel like he's been wasteful for a minute. Like, Last season's Champions League final was wasteful there. It was wasteful for them in the Champions League as well. The first game was wasteful in the what's it called, in the Euros. The first game against who they face, was it Germany? Wasteful in that game. Wasteful against Hungary. Wasteful against Portugal. The guy's been wasteful. Like,
but it's more than just wasteful, bruv. Because I want to give him a bit of a pass.
He was in good positions to get chances.
But
I weren't converting them.
I want to give him a bit of a blight in regards to being like still transitioning from a winger to a striker. What my problem with Mbappe is, and Matisse disagreed fundamentally, and I was like, if you watched Mbappe after he missed the penalty, he seemed like he did not give a F. He seemed like he really just didn't like I've seen through this tournament. Yeah, I've seen Mbappe, where like a pass wasn't perfectly weighted. Say he had to run onto it, it wasn't perfectly weighted. He would just he would take 2 steps and be like, I'm not running for it. I'll get the next one. And it's starting to get to the point where I'm like, is Mbappe's attitude hurting his game?
What is this madness from Sancho? I mean, from Rashford. He's drunk, bro. He's drunk. There's no way
it's happening.
He's got to be. He's not sober. These brothers actually weren't lying to me in the chat. Okay, fair enough.
That don't mean nothing.
He's not sober though, innit?
No. Players won't do that. Which means they won't do that unless he's got obviously we all know he's got Man United, innit?
It's already done. Yeah. I think. Do you know what it is with Mbappe? It's very difficult to pinpoint him personality-wise, like just how much this. Not, I don't even want to say ego, but obviously
it's the PSG thing, man. I'm telling you, bro.
The PSG thing, isn't it?
You've seen it, bro.
Yeah,
like, you man are Chelsea supporters. Your manager's being seen this. It's the PSG mentality of I'm bigger than football. Like, and I understand. Mbappe's had 4 seasons. 4 seasons of football.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Do you know what I think is interesting? Yeah. How Haaland has adapted to that generational quote unquote Haaland type.
And Mbappe. And this is partly why I prefer Haaland just slightly to Mbappe. Because I just think mentality wise, Haaland's just a bit of a safer bet in terms of what he's gonna when he comes into a team. I feel like Haaland knows that, not saying he's only as good as his service, but he's not like a winger or a dribbler or someone who's going to be doing all those extra things. He is a bred and born number 9 finisher. So he needs to be a team player as well. Do you know what I mean? He needs his service. Whereas Mbappe is probably trying to go down the Neymar route, even though he doesn't possess anywhere near as much skill as Neymar did when he was that age. But you know what I'm saying? He can go out wide, he can dribble, go V1V. He's got a bit of pace about him as well.
The thing is, when Neymar signed for Barcelona, that even though he had that Brazil hype, that humbled him, because remember, you go there and you got Messi to do, you got you got real senior leadership to deal with. You ain't just walking in the Barca.
That doesn't exist at PSG.
It doesn't, bro. You ain't walking. You got PK. You got, I think,
even Xavi, Iniesta.
Them man was still there.
Dani Alves.
Them man, like
Foyle,
like you're not just walking in that dressing room and because you could do rainbow flicks at Santos. That don't mean nothing.
I don't think Puyol was there when Neymar came in.
Am I wrong?
Maybe not just missed out. Yeah,
okay.
PK.
They did have Xavi, Iniesta, PK.
Okay, though. PK. Them man. Okay. But my point is, when Mbappe made the move from Monaco, who was dictating to him? Keep your head on. Can't do this, can do that. Zlatan wasn't there.
I mean, he had Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, Marco Verratti.
Yeah, but that I know it's not peer for peer, but them are not like, I'm not saying they're not leaders, but them are not like Silva. Them are not like that big bad striker that has been there and done it, and you can't tell me nothing. I've done it.
Nah, Thiago Silva is that big bad. He's been there and done it, bro.
No, but he's not a striker. Like, you know how players like more like equate and like can like speak to one with players that play in their position. He didn't have that in striker.
In terms of like the selfishness, the greediness.
Not even that. Just like, keep your head. Like, you need to understand what this is. You are new to the game. You may be great, but you still need to prove it. You can't just like that PSG ego and then go into the manager and then Neymar come in. It just seems like over like Mbappe then versus Mbappe now, yeah, he kind of just seems like I can do it all. Who can tell me anything?
The thing is about Mbappe is, if you ask me, the only thing that he's lacking is just the finishing. I feel like everything else he's doing it.
Oh, man said Cavani. Look how that turned out. Once Neymar touched the club, look, man, don't say Cavani, because once Neymar touched, Cavani got relegated to the sidelines, bro. That man, brother, got banned to the shadow rooms.
Listen, my only problem with Mbappe, I think he's doing everything all right. He just needs to finish off his chances. If he can finish off his chances, then we wouldn't be saying what we're saying right now. He just has to finish off his chances. But apart from that, maybe he's been given too much too early, man. You know, the massive contracts, the all the praise and
the
everything.
Power as well, man.
It's a lot of power.
Like
that price tag is no joke.
At PSG, there's obviously that power. Now, listen, I'm fascinated to see. Listen, the saga with Mbappe this season is not over. He's got a contract coming up to an end, so we need to see whether he's going to sign a new contract or not.
It's true. I want to sign. He hasn't. Yeah. I
want to see how it plays out, because it seems like he's about to cause a madness of a summer transfer window, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pogba was Haaland's going to be the madness this summer. Nah, G, the madness is Mbappe.
But I can't see certain clubs like. I see everyone wanting Mbappe, but like I'm not saying he's a locker room problem, yeah. But bruv, you can. Maybe it's just me and I'm overshooting this.
Well, you can smell it. You can smell the problem.
I can smell like man wanting to come to the club and not poisoning the thing, but like thinking he's so good that
you don't get that Real Madrid. Don't get that Real Madrid.
Maybe not Real Madrid, but
that's probably the stature of club he has to go to for that.
Yeah, probably to be like
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid will make you feel small, very, very.
Yeah. You got to remember, Real Madrid. You're not. You everyone's of your level in their position. Do you get what I mean? Like, yes, name Mbappe is probably the best striker in the world, but then they will have like the best midfielder in the world, the best centre back in the world. So you can never be that guy. Do you know what I mean? Ronaldo.
I just think the Real Madrid fans will humble you very, very quickly as well.
Yeah, and remember, Ronaldo was obviously the best player in the world, but they also had Modric and Kroos, best midfielders in the world.
Kaká,
Sergio Ramos,
Sergio
Ramos, best defender or centre back in the world, or one of the
best at the time as well, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. They had the best Marcelo, one of the best. You know, they got the best in the world in every position. So you're never gonna be that guy. So that's why at that kind of club of that stature, you're not really gonna be able to create those kind of problems, in it.
Man, we're preying on England to lose to slander them. I don't think anybody really can. Like, if England had lost this game, I don't feel like anybody would have had too much to banter about. This is just the norm. If we had lost this game, this is the fact that we won is actually quite, surprising and shocking to a lot of us. Do you know what I mean? We're actually pleasantly surprised that we've actually not disappointed the nation today. Do you know what I mean? A defeat would have just been like, do you know what I mean? Just turn over the page, just keep it moving, like business as usual. Do you know what I mean? This is actually quite incredible. Mbappe in the Euros is the reason why you don't keep players for making good runs, aka Werner for Chelsea.
Why they always getting that Werner, G?
How did that even happen? Werner catching strays very quickly there. My goodness. Look, when it comes to Mbappe, we'll just have to see what happens. It wasn't a great tournament for him. I don't think he's actually scored a goal at the Euros. I've seen that stat, but he's obviously got the goals in the World Cup. So he's was he at the Euros before the World Cup? He must no. The World Cup wasn't his first tournament, was it? Or was it?
I think the World Cup was.
Probably was, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't remember Mbappe being at that. I think that was Martial and those guys.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he would not have been in that crop. No, he's the crop after. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see.
It's the same crop. Like, it's the same players. He's just
only age-wise though, he's a little bit below Martial. Martial's a good 20.
Bambo said 2018 was his first.
Yeah. So
can we talk about
Kingsley Coleman though? I think he's impressive, if you ask me.
Very injury prone though. That's the only issue.
Very injury prone, but when he's playing, very, very good, very useful.
Pogba like that, bro.
Was Kingsley Coleman? Did he go to the World Cup or did he miss it? I think he might have missed it due to injury. But I think this guy's won everything as well. He's won everything.
We're gonna talk about Pogba. Listen to me, I'm gonna say in that last game,
I'm not gonna lie. I love Pogba in a Chelsea shirt. I've said it already. I'm gonna say it again.
I love Pogba in a France shirt. If Pogba could play the same way he plays
Chelsea.
for France, for his A club or his club, this brother would be Jesus. You think Man United are doing business with you?
Monstar. Let me get this in your head, yeah. Kante and Pogba in this formation, yeah, and then you got like Mason Mount as that like half 8, half 10 coming and filling back in as well for the extra energy when Pogba, maybe is a little bit of a liability defensively if he wants to go on those strides. Imagine, bro. Oh my God. It would be madness. I mean, Werner's runs would be getting spotted all day long. If Werner's not bagging 30 goals that year,
not 30. Not 30. You're pushing.
In all Pogba, bro, he should be bagging because Pogba's passing range would be nuts at Chelsea. It would be madness.
It's no telling that Pogba's a brilliant player, man. Like it's just he is what he is. He's if you ask me, he's world class, or he has world class ability. If you just get it right,
Big Steve,
you're going to bring the best.
When he's at France, it just
like even people were mad about Vieira's analysis, and Vieira was just basically saying that
Vieira was nasty at the end of that game.
He was, and Roy Keane. They were saying that he kind of needs a Roy Keane for him to do his thing. Because he made a mistake. Because he made a mistake in the lead up to the equalizer. But this is the thing: they love to focus on like the one bad thing he did in the whole game. If it wasn't for Pogba's performance, France would not have been even in the lead.
Did you catch?
No, but I feel like these guys are right because look at the guys both of them played with. Do you know what I mean? Look at the guys. Like Roy Keane was obviously the guy to be bollocking other players if they're not doing things right. Like he's gonna smack you, innit?
Yeah.
Vieira for France when he was in France. Look at the guys he had around him. Zidane. Obviously, at one point, Makelele. He had.
I don't remember.
You didn't feel like it was a bit harsh when he said
Frank Leboeuf, Marcel Desailly. These guys.
This is the thing. This is the thing. When was Vieira ever playing next to Fred or McTominay? When was Roy Keane ever playing next to Fred or McTominay at Man United?
Never. These guys obviously had. These guys had obviously some of the world's greatest ever players around them at most of the time in their career, innit? So I get what they're saying when they say that, maybe he needs this type of character around him or that. Because when you look at the teams he's got, it's like when you look at the players he's got around him, as much as how great Kante is, if something's going wrong, Kante's not going to say anything. He's just going to keep quiet and just keep doing his thing quietly. And there's I just don't see any leaders like that at Man United and in France. That are really gonna. Pogba is the leader. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
Pogba's the leader. Like, and even hearing that, is Pogba really a leader like that? Huh?
You go? No.
Boy.
How much of a leader can you really be in a team like that when you ain't won shit? Let's be real. Do you know what I mean? You can only say so much, man. This is the whole thing.
Yes, Lloris is a leader, but he's a leader. He's all the way in goal, bro. I'm talking about
Mbappe on the pitch. We're talking about Mbappe. You know what I mean?
I feel like it should be Griezmann. It isn't, but that would point to.
I don't know. Someone made a comment there, and he was just naming the leaders on the team. Look at the guys.
Had Makelele, Emmanuel Petit, Perez, Zidane.
The Shams. Don't forget Marcel Desailly and Frank Leboeuf.
Yeah.
Mad leaders. Lilian Thuram. Mad leaders.
Someone said, "Don't be afraid to name Bruno." Someone said, "Don't be afraid to name Bruno." I've been saying for the longest that yes, Bruno statistically is doing up bits at Man United, but if it's between the two players, Pogba's the one that you should be focusing on. He's the
Loren wasn't. I think so. Pogba as a leader over
Pogba in terms of he is the better player out of him and Bruno. Now I've always said I think if Pogba leaves Man United and goes to any of these European giants, he's gonna be the old Pogba that we saw at Juventus. As long as he's put in that role where he's not given like mad amounts of defensive responsibility. This is why when I went on Rance's show a couple months ago and I mentioned Mason Mount and like the way that he would complement a Pogba, and they was like, "Oh, Pogba starts over Mason Mount all day long." I said, "You need an industrious midfielder like a Mason Mount or a Wijnaldum or one of these guys to complement a Pogba."
Jordan Henderson.
Yeah, not a brother who wants the same shine, but doesn't have the tech to match, because now you're just butting heads. Do you know what I mean? Now you just got too many advanced players on the pitch. You need someone who's going to cover the ground and Pogba is probably the closest thing to a throwback footballer in terms of like your Zidanes that I've seen in this modern era. Do you know what I mean? There's not many of them left, if we're being real. Like what he can do in midfield on the football pitch, talent-wise, no one touches. No one can do everything that he in terms of tools. He's got the most tools you could possibly want. If you're building a midfielder, you build him. But then for me, do you know what I mean? It's nuts. Even if you put him in that Man City team, I think he would flourish as well.
Question: Pogba's strike, goal of the tournament?
Up there. There was another goal scored by someone else that was from, was it Scotland? No. Who scored that? No, it was against Scotland, I think. I can't remember the other goal, but it was whacked it from like very, very far out and caught the keeper lagging. It's definitely up there. I'd have to go back and watch all the goals to say if it's
you're talking about Patrick Schick.
That's it. Yeah. That was a banger. But yeah, that goal, as soon as he struck it, it reminded me of Yaya Toure immediately. Just the way that he just effortfortlessly curled it into the top corner.
His goal was pretty solid as well.
Yeah, but I got
like the Danish Maldives.
Maldives. Yo, balling out though.
Can I just like to quickly say, big up Zinchenko. Yeah, you did your thing today. The first goal was beautiful, and I'm not gonna lie. If Ukraine, I'm not gonna lie. I would be like, Ukraine have a chance against England, but towards the end of the game, their man were dropping down from fatigue. Like it was nothing, left, right, and center. Them man, it was kind of nuts. So I feel like England's kind of got a free round here.
Back to England actually. Obviously, Xhaka had an unbelievable game, can I say, as well, for Switzerland. But that was, I don't know where that came from. He must be trying to impress Jose Mourinho or something, because that was so random from him. I don't rate him very highly, but he played a very good game, to be fair to him, very composed. But back onto England, you see now, obviously, they've got through their toughest hurdle of the tournament so far, and probably the toughest hurdle they're going to face until if they get to the final. Are you guys confident that England...
Is there 2 games to the final, right?
It's 2, bro. They're only in the quarters. They've got quarterfinal, semi-final. So they'll play
because they'll go back up against.
They'll play Ukraine
against Czech Republic, right? Or
they'll play Ukraine, and then they'll play Ukraine. If they beat Ukraine, then they will play either Denmark or Czech Republic.
Bro, Czech Republic are doing bits. Let's be real, bro. Like seriously.
Yeah, but do you think England are going to bottle it to get to the final? Is there going to be a shock here?
Yeah, potentially. Yes.
You think so? You think
you said the final, so I thought you meant the next round. No, yeah.
You think the next? Well, you think that it's not? It might not go to according to plan here.
Them checks, looking real good, bruv. Peter Schick is like again one of them man that doesn't really do it like the way he should for his club, but for Czech Republic, nobody expected Czech Republic to be here. They've been doing damage, bruv. They've beaten man they shouldn't beat. Yeah.
What about you, Monstar? Are you confident, bro? How are you feeling now?
Oh, with England, who we got next? So we got Ukraine, right?
Yeah, they got Ukraine and then either Denmark or Czech Republic. Do you expect to see England in the final now, or you think there could be an upset?
Peter, thank you, sir. No, Peter.
I feel we're gonna beat Ukraine, the Encos and that. You know what I mean? We'll beat them, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then semis, you'd be confident again.
Thank you.
Should be able to beat Ukraine. If we can't beat Ukraine, then yeah. I don't know about that one, but we should be able to beat them.
Do you know what now? It's a different thing now because the Germany game, I'm not saying there was no pressure, but we was underdogs. We're trying to overturn history now. Do you know what I mean? Just go out there, play with a bit of freedom and see if you can shock the nation. Now, the whole nation's bouncing. And if we go out in the quarters or the semis, it's going to be uproar. It's going to be uproar because people expect us to go through. So it's a different type of pressure now on this England team. It's going to be 100%. Interesting to see how they deal with it. Do you know what I mean?
Quickly, the 88th bus stop chat. The France team fell apart because of a rift in the dressing room. Benzema brings his talents and controversies with him. Division destroys chemistry. Wow. So what are we saying? Benzema's the reason? Or
no, I mean I do feel like that played a part at some point in the tournament, but I don't think this time it was necessarily the reason why they lost. I just think the defending was bad, and obviously Mbappe missing their chances. I think it just boiled down to that.
Did anybody pre what
him switching to a back three, and you know this time using Longley That's a terrible decision to do, man. But go on, Saj.
Quickly, did anybody talk about division and controversies? Did anybody see what Rabiot's mum said about the Pogba family?
I did not. No, I didn't see that.
It, man.
Give me a second. I'll send it to you lot so you can take a quick read.
You don't want to read out?
I'll read out if you want. One sec. Very disrespectful.
You may as well. Well, you may as well. The whole chat now I want to know, innit? Sounds like you said an absolute madness. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be one thing I'll say about this tournament is the Euros. The last few days have been some of the most. I mean, yesterday was probably the most entertaining day in tournament football I've seen in years. Like even the Croatia-Spain game, crazy game, man. Crazy game. It's been worth the wait now. The group stage for me didn't quite do it for me. I was starting to question it a lot whether I was going to even be fully woke with this thing. But now the knockouts here, you can see everybody's lives are on the line and they're going all out. And the group of death, like it says in the title, they're dead. Do you know what I mean? Every single team from the group of death are gone.
They're gone.
It's crazy, man. Crazy. Portugal gone, France gone, Germany gone. And those are, 3 teams that I would have expected to reach minimum quarters and probably semis. So it's absolutely mad. You got the quote, Saj?
Okay, so I'm gonna quickly break. Adrian, Jesus Christ,
Danny.
his name's gone. Rabiot's mother clashed with Pogba and Mbappe's family last night.
Jesus Christ.
I think this is post them getting knocked out. Give me 1 second.
Of course. Better drama in this French team.
Why you search that as well? Have you seen the front page of the Metro? They got Harry
They got Harry Kane's celebration on there.
Yeah, okay, quickly, let me just run this because my phone's on 2%. A verbal battle appeared to occur, particularly between Laurie Equique, Rabiot, I think that's how you say his mom, Veron Equique, Rabiot's mom. Let's just move on. The player's mother and a certain individual close to him and the Pogba family. The two families exchanged words after the 3 goals. The third goal of the Swiss in the stands. This is in the stands. So this is while this game was still going. Rabiot's mom asked Pogba, how could Pogba lose the ball like that? And it led up to the Swiss equalizer at the full-time whistle. Veron Rabiot asked Kylian Mbappe's father to tell his son off so he would be less arrogant. She also took aim at certain journalists for the way they're sucking up to Mbappe. An aggressive exchange of words then occurred between Veron and Mbappe's mother, as well as the PSG's attacker's father. For 20 minutes, Adrian Rabiot's mother clashed with several families of players present at Bucharest on Monday evening. Other families witnessed the scenes. They were shocked by Rabiot's mom's attitude and the timing of her outburst. Right after the match, the situation appeared to have initiated earlier throughout the match when the security officers asked those close to Paul Pogba's family to calm down as they were reacting in an aggressive way and negatively towards Rabiot's mom during the game.
I mean,
I'm not gonna lie, Rabiot doesn't have that kind of clout where he can be having these issues. He could just get turfed immediately. I don't really like him that much as a player, to be honest.
It's mad. Like, this is in the game. Like, you wouldn't think that the parents in the stands would be beefing this way, no?
Why is there so much drama in this France squad, though? I don't get it, man. It's just so many egos coming together. It's maybe because there's just so much talent now. Do you know what I mean? Even Rabiot, he's always had a little bit of an ego in it, and that whole PSG situation as well. Again, PSG, this culture, I don't know what it is, man, but it just stinks of egos everywhere, bro. It's just crazy.
Even Rabiot, remember when Rabiot was like, "Oh, I need to leave PSG. I'm not. You should play me more, or otherwise I'm gonna leave."
Yeah, didn't he leave PSG's?
Yeah. PSG were like, we got variety. We got bare man in midfield that are better than you, bruv. You're not going to start. He's like, I need to leave then. They were like, okay, go to Juventus. Cool.
Yeah, it's not a personal favorite of mine in terms of him as a midfield. They've said that
so quickly, you would think with that much talent, it would be like, we're just gonna win everything and just be cool with each other.
Well, it never works that way, does it? Really, it never works that way.
What do you think it is? Do you think each individual wants to, well, except for like the cool people like Kante and that, want to be the star? What do you think is the reason?
I mean, they ain't playing like a star.
What can I pinpoint it down to? I think partly when imagine now you're a player, right? And you've been the best player in your team, or at least top 2, top 3 player in your team at every age group for the last decade. And then you all come together now as part of this golden generation. And suddenly now you've all got to work together, but there's too many cooks in the kitchen. Do you know what I mean? And this is still a team that won the World Cup, so they can still put their heads together and get something done at the end of the day. But there seems to be a lot of beef for a long time now, and even Deschamps had to deal with this for ages.
But don't you think it's mad that these are the parents? So you can only imagine what it's like in that locker room.
Because they're probably going to have the same egos as well. It's like, listen, my son's the shit, man. What the hell?
This is like that German thing from the last World Cup where Özil and Leroy Sané came out and they were like, yeah, there's cliques and groups in the Germany national team. And I was like, huh? He's like, oh yeah, I can't remember what they called themselves, the something boys, where they were only messing with like people in their little crews, and it was like, what?
When that PSG team mocked Erling Haaland's celebration, that's when I knew they didn't have it. They didn't have the minerals. They didn't have the minerals to win the Champions League, because their heads were gone. I could tell. There's just something wrong about that team. I've said it for years. There's just some sort of biochemical things just not adding up there. There's something gone very wrong with that team. I don't know what it is. It's just very strange to me. It just doesn't add up. What did you think of Havertz and Werner's roles today? We actually did speak about that already, but clearly Havertz, for me, clear and afar the best player in the German team. And then Werner just doing what Werner does, make him run, stretching defenses, had a couple chances himself as well, but just not clinical. And this is part of the thing as to why getting a striker for me is so important, because I can't trust Werner next season to deliver the goods. I can hope, I can pray, I can do all that, but I can't actually trust him to step up to the level that he needs to be at for us to not need someone else. So yeah, this is what it is. It's clearly not something that's very easy to fix with him at the moment.
I'm gonna run a question quickly to Monstar. Do you think them Frenchmen really rate the Euros like that, or is it all about just defending the World Cup?
I don't know. I mean, they did after they won the World Cup in 2000 or they won the World Cup in 98. Oh, talking about the old. After they won the World Cup in 98, they won the Euros 2 years later in the year 2000.
No, but I'm saying this group. Do you really think they care about the Euros, or is it like is what it is?
I mean, they went to the final, man. There's no way they wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
I'm checking French football news now. They're reporting it. Sorry, go on.
I just feel like they could have done better.
Yeah.
I think their manager is holding them back. Personally, I think Deschamps is 100% holding them back, and he got it completely wrong. These guys are not used to playing that system he tried to put out there. They're not used to it, and you saw it with the defensive performance. They weren't this bad defensively, with the way they were playing before. Why change it?
I feel you.
There's a lot of reports.
Moving on,
hold on. French football news are reporting a madness here. So I'm guessing this is. I don't know how this gets out, this kind of stuff, but I'm guessing this is changing room type arguments after the game. Because let's have it right. When you lose to Switzerland on penalties, that's a big embarrassment for France, and they're very with that many egos, that's going to hit their pride differently. Do you know what I mean? So for them to lose to Switzerland, it's always going to get ugly. So what's being reported is Rabiot and Pogba insulted each other. Rabiot was unhappy with Pogba's defensive efforts. Varane insulted Pavard, unhappy with his defending. Pavard blamed Pogba for doing no defending. Yeah. Varane later backed Pavard up. This sounds really dramatic to everyone who's reading it, but if I'm being honest, this is normal, this shit, and I don't even want to even link it to just the French team.
There's videos as well, bro.
Oh, is there videos? Oh. Let me get a look at that. Hold on, maybe I'm about to take back because what I was gonna say is at Sunday League level or just football in general. Remember, these are very, these are the top level of athletes, and the top athletes are usually very passionate and they're very demanding. and they're winners. Do you know what I mean? So when you have a result like that, which is so embarrassing and shocking to the whole nation, there's always going to be arguing and, finger pointing and stuff like that behind the scenes. And that's not something to relate or link to France. That's any team. If this was to happen, I'm sure the Brazilians.
Someone said, can you share the video if you have it? Or
I don't have it yet. Yeah, but I'm sure even the Brazilians were cussing after that 7-1 Germany defeat in their World Cup.
Yeah, but you tend to keep that thing. I think
you try.
It was
try to keep that in
if I was the manager as well, at this point, if these guys can't get along, I'll be looking to drop some of them. I'll be looking to drop some of them because it's just too many egos in that. It just seems like too many egos in that dressing room because they're still. I don't know. They need to find a balance in this team, and a lot of them are probably not humble as well. Like, do you get what I mean?
I don't have the video yet, guys. If I do get the
video, if you have the video, send it to Tees.
No, but he can do a share screen. Yeah, if he has it.
No, I'm using my phone. It's on that GFFN or whatever they call it.
Oh, is it on there? Sorry.
It looks like a video of what's it called? Mum. What's his name's mum? Rabiot's mum talking to the Pogba family. She didn't look happy at all, bruv.
But do you know what I think is even more interesting? The fact that she was the one being the aggressor, but security still asked Pogba's family to calm down. How does that work?
Yeah, I haven't got any. Yeah, I haven't got any video yet, guys. Sorry, and I can't see it on GFF.
But then, do you know why that's silly on Rabiot's part? Yeah, I feel like Rabiot's very replaceable in that French squad.
Bro, that brother can get replaced tomorrow, bro. He's just not that guy. Like I said at the start, he don't have the clout for this.
I'm shocked they even took him.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, you'd think he'd be one of them ones. Man's just happy to be there, just like, screw him, bro.
Should be, bro. I find him a bit very, I don't know, he's very lethargic at times. I just think, he's good on the ball, but he just strikes me as a very in-between midfielder. I wouldn't say he's particularly amazing going forward. Apparently, and I wouldn't say defensively he's particularly amazing either. I just think he's a hybrid type midfielder. He's just a central midfielder who's, decent to good defensively, decent to good going forward, but really just there to recycle possession. I don't really see him as anything mad special. I'd say on Ndombele at Tottenham, it's not an easy season for him in the end, but
okay, how do I share screen?
There's a share screen button at the bottom, which you'll see it says share. Have you got the video?
Yeah.
No, where is it? Just tell me where it is.
It's on GFF 12.
All right, 1 second. Let me locate it for you people. I couldn't see it on there when I was looking. Is this something that they've tweeted out themselves?
Yeah. Do you want me to share it?
Just send it to me in DMs if you can.
I'm not signed in. Not signed in.
Oh,
just type in GF. Just type in GFFN.
Oh, okay.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, they've quoted it. Okay, yeah, I can see it now. Okay.
No, they didn't quote it. The video's there.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, but they have. Yeah, they've quoted it. They've quoted above the. Yeah. They've let's see. Yeah. Also, you've DM'd. Legend. All right, Bambo, my brother. Let me get this up. He sent me the thing. He sent me the.
Because we need to move on. After this, we need to move on because, bro.
He sent me the package.
Well, you just got your messages all open, bro.
Bro, I trust these brothers. These are my people. These are my people. There's nothing mad in my messages anyway.
Play the song.
Yeah, she seems mad about something.
Yeah, she's pissed, bro. Yeah, there's Mbappe's
brother. Get a second look at this.
Family.
Yeah, that's Mbappe's little brother. Yeah,
I know that. Yeah, I saw Mbappe's brother there, and I saw his mum. I can see
his mum there. Yeah,
his mum's. No, that's not his mum. His mum's Algerian. Isn't it?
His mum's white, isn't it? Cook.
This is Rabiot's mum. This one here.
Yeah, that's Rabiot's mum.
Yeah,
she's cussing, fam.
That's Mbappe's little brother over there.
And then I think his dad's to the right of him. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez. Little bit of drama. I love it. Especially when it's got nothing to do with my team. Someone says she's a Karen.
She might be. There's two more things that we need to move on. We do need to, as much as talking about France is beautiful, we need to move on because a lot more has happened.
Go for
I'm gonna go the Netherlands first. and then we'll finish. If you want to finish Portugal afterwards, we can. I've never seen such a display of the manager just doesn't know how to play his players. I really do
that a lot this tournament.
I really do this.
Welcome to MTV.
Their loss was completely.
We can name about 4 teams that are doing that.
But
we've seen it with England, with
Frank de Boer just doesn't get it, bro. He just doesn't get it. Yeah.
Germany and the Netherlands. That's 4 teams that are doing the same thing.
Do you know what it is about Holland? I think Holland are still in a transition, and I think everybody started to potentially. Oil boys turned into gossip. Listen, oil gossip will be over.
Oil gossip.
When the Euros is done, we'll be back into business. You know what I mean? The 2 best teams in the Premier League going at it for the title next season, as long as we secure Haaland.
The best team and their sidekicks. Show some respect.
That's cap right there, but
show some respect, man.
I'll give you the team, the king of Europe, but you can't even win your domestics. Come on now.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I know which one I'm taking. I'm not gonna have this argument again.
Yeah, no. Why are we talking about that?
I don't know. We always get into this, but anyway, Holland are still in transition for me. Do you know what I mean? There's still work to be done with them, and I feel like people just started to. I don't know why, but we started to maybe put them ahead of where they are in terms of their growth. Remember, this is a Holland team that have been underperforming for quite some time now, probably since the Van Persie, Iron Robben. Do you know what I mean? Them brothers. So
did you watch their group stage?
Oh, they didn't even make the World Cup, did they? They didn't even make the World Cup. So that's what we need to remember when we talk about them. Yeah, but bro, they was on smoke. But I tempered expectations with them. I didn't expect them to get knocked out, but I said I thought in my head probably about quarterfinals. But I remember when Toby came on here for London Clubs Carnage, and we spoke about Holland versus Czech Republic later on that day. What do we think is going to happen? And he just said, "Listen, I expect Dutch to just take care of that." And I wasn't really too sure. I was like, "Listen, we just seen a surprise last night. I wouldn't be surprised again if something mad happened." And lo and behold, do you know what I mean? Like you said, this Czech team are very good. Do you know what I mean? They're a very well organized team. So
like I just things like why Darun was on starting in the starting 11. God knows, like they were genuine. Like Van Aanholt. I'm saying it wrong. Sorry, one more. Van
Aanholt.
Yeah, Van Aanholt. Sorry, I can't say that name. He again, bruv. Like, why was he playing? Cause like there were like it.
They respect him. That's a Chelsea academy boy right there. Allow it, man.
It was perplexing. Some of the decisions that this man was making, bruv. It wasn't making sense. And
listen, when Mourinho called Frank de Boer, what did he call him? Did he call him a failure or something? I can't remember what he called him. He weren't wrong. Bro. Frank de Boer is a shit manager.
Van Aanholt.
Van Aanholt, bro.
Yeah, but this man playing them out of formation, like it was.
They've been telling. Remember when they flew the thing over the stadium and said,
"Yeah, play the
4-3-3."
Like, the fact that their manager is so tapped in his mind with his singular ideology that these men are flying planes over the training field saying, "Play the positions the man them know how to play." I don't know. I was watching it. I watched some Tifo video the other day. Apparently, the 4-3-3 with Holland is like some sacred thing or something like that.
That's their formation, G. 4-3-3 is their thing. That's their fault.
That's good. I don't know. I enjoyed that. That was good.
Also, that's right.
The 4-3-3. The 4-3-3 is their thing. They've always, they've always played the 4-3-3.
It's the Dutch way, isn't it?
And do you know the craziest thing? They were great in all the build-ups.
Football, G. Total football.
Do you feel like they missed Van Dijk in this tournament? Because he's never been to a major tournament. So, but do you feel like they missed?
I don't think it would have made much of a difference.
No, I do. No, I'm not gonna lie. I think him and Van der Beek could have. But do you know what? Do you know what was interesting?
This is spot on. Czech have actually beat Holland 3 times out of last week.
Do you know what was interesting? Yeah. No, the squad just didn't make it.
But Van der Beek and someone mentioned Bergwijn as well. These are 2 guys that have barely played any ball this season.
Say about the Dutch, I think we might be a little bit harsh, although obviously it's the ball tax. But I think if they would have not got that red card and De Ligt didn't make that mistake, they probably would have won that game. I think the red card did obviously change things.
Again, though, but like I understand why the red card took place. Do you know what? In the Czech game,
I thought it was going to be a foul going the other way though, because it looked like the guy pushed him from behind.
You think? Nah, it was
With the list of responsibility after the game, he kind of said, "Listen,
are you not fans of these?" Because what I've seen a lot in this competition is they don't just give reds straight away. They've been doing a lot of the VAR stuff. Are you not fans of that, or are you
probably buying themselves time, isn't it? They don't want to make the wrong decision.
We've seen that like 3 times now in the competition. Where
I think they're encouraged to use VAR as much as possible. I'm not going to lie, though. You can see the difference between European referees and Premier League referees in this tournament, big time here, because they're using VAR quite well.
I think the refereeing in this tournament's been amazing.
That's what I'm saying. And how many Premier League referees are involved? Not many. And the one time there was a Premier League referee involved, I think the game, the quality of refereeing dropped massively because, again, it's not VAR that's the massive problem, although there can be improvements. It's mainly the man who's running it. Do you know what I mean? The standard of referee in the Premier League has just been once again shown up. Same with the Champions League final. I thought the Champions League final, the ref was fantastic. Saj might disagree because he's got a little bit of...
No, I thought he was good. I still think what Rudiger did was bullshit. But outside of that, it was good.
It's not a red card, bro.
I'm not saying a red card, but like it was vicious. It was malicious, bro. But we'll leave that for
bro. You get checked all the time. You got checked like he was on the streets, bro.
You got checked to the point of a concussion.
You're coming to the wrong hood.
Like, what
are you doing?
That's not checking.
The Bruyne was coming to the wrong ends, bro. What are you doing coming to man's ends?
Man got G checked off the rip. Like you can't do like that.
Someone said there's no manager for us to appoint. If I'm Holland, you need Ten Hag. I'm not gonna lie. That's who I would be looking at.
I think
he's probably not going to do it.
Why is he going to switch to international?
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
Is he not really fulfilled?
What
more funny thing is now?
I was about to say the Tottenham job's there, but
he's already rejected the Tottenham job, fam. Stop it.
What is his next move? That's interesting.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
he just signed a new contract.
Yeah, but that's because Tottenham came after him. He got scared and he's like, "Fuck this! I'm signing a new contract." But what more can he do at Ajax now? That's what I would be asking. Do you know what I mean? So, but he is very young. He is very young to be an international manager. I do agree with that. Bambo is saying that he's a bit young to be moving into that. But maybe I don't know. You know, it'll be interesting to see what he does next. But he is very young, to be fair. Someone said Nuno got the Tottenham job. Is that confirmed? Because I could have swore that brother was going Fenerbahce. I'm confused.
Oh yeah, it's looking like they're getting Nuno Espirito Santo, bro.
Interesting. I wonder how long that will last. Lord have mercy. Their manager merry-go-round thing has just been the funniest thing I've ever had to watch.
Question though, in that last game against Czech Republic, what did you? I don't know. Did you not watch that game, by the way? Just question.
Yeah, I seen most of it.
What did you not think of Frankie De Jong? Do you feel like he's living up to the hype?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he was good. I think he's been good this tournament.
I didn't think he was this tournament. I really didn't think he was that good in that game.
Frankie De Jong's class. Like, there's not many. If you're talking about the top midfielders in the world, and he's young. How old is Frankie De Jong?
Very young. I think he's like 22, 23?
23 now.
Young. He's one of the best out there, bro. He's class.
In his position as well, you only get better.
No, he's 24 now. Damn, he's getting
24. Okay. Yeah, just remember, in that position, that's a very, like, the more experience you have in that position, the better. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a position where the more he ages, he's just going to get better and better, and it's a position that is very hard these days.
People are twisting. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm saying in the particular Czech Republic game, didn't think he was that good. That's what I'm saying.
I think, yeah. I mean, it's hard to single him out because I feel like Holland you know what I mean? Holland as a whole.
Listen, until that red card happened, it was tough. Like when that red card happened, it became tougher for a lot of those players, man.
Marlon did miss a golden opportunity prior to that, so
yeah. Prior to the red card, right? Just before the red card. Yeah. Clowns.
Also, De Ligt is very young for a centre back as well. People need to remember that.
Memphis didn't have a good game there either. Memphis.
I have to say with De Ligt, like, this is why I say this guy is class. I know we got a red card, and I know it was a stupid red card, but for someone to be good at that age. And being that he hasn't even entered his prime, because defender's prime is way later than the rest. You know, a lot of later than a striker or a midfielder. A centre back's prime is way later. De Ligt is going to be something. He's going to be different. Like in some years to come.
Even more so, do you know how I rate him? Full time comes, goes to the media, and he's like, "It was my fault we lost, bruv." I'm still waiting for Mbappe's. It was my fault we lost.
He did a tweet.
Oh, a tweet. Oh, good gracious.
That was probably someone else that tweeted. Though.
Someone else wrote up the notes. And he got the screenshot.
No, the PR team. So he doesn't get too much racial abuse online.
Can I ask as well? I know this is a little bit diverting off topic, but can we talk about MAH as a commentator? Because there's been some very mixed reaction from football fans and
better than Jermaine Genius. I'll say that much.
Bro, I think she's been really good. I think she's been really good. I've enjoyed it.
Commentator, but let me not lie. I don't like the whole situation at the time. Like, MAH's this, MAH's that. The reason why I say that is because
I know where you're going to go with this, and I agree.
Yes, you want if there's a good male commentator, you won't be doing this.
Exactly, it's almost like you're trying to do too much when really,
you're being a bit condescending.
Why are you even surprised that she's that good? Just keep it.
Yeah, you're being a bit condescending because she's a woman. Just she's a good commentator, and that's it. I just feel like people are doing a bit too much. Like to me. I mean, not to me. I'm sure she's annoyed just seeing people just doing this over and over again because it makes it like, what are you saying?
It makes it like as if shocked. Like, man,
because I'm a woman.
I can string sentences together.
Yeah, but why are we surprised that a top level manager in the women's game and do you know what I mean is a great commentator, can break down the details of a game while it's happening? She has to do analysis. She has to set up her team to play football. It's like Jose Mourinho. I'm sure Jose Mourinho would actually be quite a good commentator as well. I'd like to listen to him speak over the game. Any manager, I think, as long as they're well spoken, I wouldn't be surprised if they would
actually get the game. You know?
Like, yeah, 100%. So
Jermaine Genius is the worst commentator in this whole bruv. I said it and I'll stand by it. My lord, he's bad.
You weren't that good of a footballer anyway. No disrespect. So
he was promising at Newcastle. He had hope. He had talent.
Promising, but he never
really fulfilled it. But it's just he's not great. You know what I mean? He's not great. But man, I have to remember as well. She's our Chelsea women's manager in it. So don't be expecting to be seeing commentary and punditry all season as well. We need to keep the trophies coming in. Do you know what I mean? That's the priority here. You wanted to speak about Portugal as well, Saj, didn't you? That was your next thing on your agenda. What happened there with Ronaldo throwing down the armband, getting all angry?
Because he knows this was it, bruv. It was the opportunity. Come and gone, bro. There's no going back now. He's got one World Cup, and that's probably it, bro. He'll be 38 by the time that comes around. This is it. This was his last real opportunity.
Do you think he won't play another one?
Another Euros?
No, another Euros. Yeah, probably not.
That was it. That was it.
He's already won Euros as well. So.
He looked so frustrated, as if the team weren't doing nothing, bro. Like these men aren't helping me, bro. What did you think of the game?
I think Portugal, they're, again, like I said previously, I think they got a lot of individuals, but when it comes to actually what is the plan for all of these individuals going into one team, it gets a bit shaky. Do you know what I mean? There's just too much. Sometimes I think as a coach, and I wouldn't be surprised, as a coach, you've got too many options and too much talent to actually deal with. And it's actually counterproductive because sometimes you need a little bit of balance to your team. Do you know what I mean? You need some hard workers, or you need some players that will do the graft and just bring a bit of balance to the situation. When you've got João Felix who can come off the bench and really should hit the target of his shot, he got rinsed for not hitting the target.
Roy Keane rinsed that, brother, boy.
Jota and Ronaldo and Bruno, and it's just there's a lot to deal with there, and to find a system for them as well and put it all together and make it make sense, it's difficult to do.
This is the question I want to pose to you and Monstar. Do you think Ronaldo hinders Portugal's attacking play?
I think I've said this before. I think Ronaldo is not at the peak of his powers. He's now a striker, right? So the days of a one-man show being as effective as it once was when these guys are at the peak of their powers is no longer here. Do you know what I mean? And I think when you've got someone on as empowering as Ronaldo and as influential as Ronaldo is on the pitch, it's very easy psychologically for players on that pitch to devoid themselves of responsibility and start funneling. Yeah, because Ronaldo's there, and they start funneling the ball to him, and they don't want to piss him off, so they'll pass the ball to him when potentially they should take it on themselves, or they should create their own opportunity. And instead of creating a balanced setup, which is attacking on both sides and has a little bit of balance to it, instead they kind of rely on Ronaldo to bail them out. And it's very similar to what Chelsea had with Eden Hazard. Our play was very lopsided down the left-hand side. we knew he was our best player, so we felt the need to funnel the ball into him, and it meant that players like Willian or players like Pedro, maybe in his second season, they were not taking the level of responsibility they need to take in order for us to actually, have a balanced attack. So, and because Ronaldo's not what he was, you're not going to get the same output. And I'm not just talking about goals because he scored loads of goals. I think he's still the top scorer. I'm talking about general play. You're just not going to get what you used to get from Ronaldo in general play in terms of creating his own opportunities, etc., etc. So overall, the team is going to get worse. Yeah, in my opinion.
Jota wasn't great. He didn't have a great game.
Very impressive, Ronaldo.
What are you saying, Monstar?
What's that? What's the question?
Portugal better in terms of like outlets, in terms of attacking play, with or without Ronaldo.
Nah. If you ask me, I just feel like the team. I feel like some of the players, especially, I feel like Bruno, Jota, they might have been worn out. I'm not even trying to give them excuses. You could see, it just looks like they were worn out.
Well, Jota injured for half the season.
He was.
Yeah, so he should
Ruben
be.
Diaz,
Ready
he
to go.
looked worn out as well. I think a lot of them were just tired, man. It wasn't necessarily the best time for them to do this Euros. A lot of players throughout the competition looked tired, innit? Do you get what I mean? I think that's what's happening with England as well. There's a bit of a burnout. So that's why you're not necessarily seeing the best football for a lot of players, man. Not to give them excuses, but look at how many games they played this season. They played a lot of games, bro. This is why I'm not necessarily happy that there's so many Chelsea players in this competition. A lot of our players are here.
Yeah, I want them not, bro. When they got knocked out, I'm celebrating, bro.
remember when Tottenham? Remember after Tottenham, I think they went to was it when they went to the Champions? Remember Tottenham in 2018? They had the most players at the World Cup. And then after that, they did not look good because so many players, they were burnt out, man.
Do you think it's been a long season?
It had, bro, just deep it, right? It has been mentally and physically fatigued. Just think about it, right? You got this disease that's going about, which just a normal person has even been a bit drained and affected by it. I keep saying player welfare is not taken into account by this FIFA and UEFA corporations or whatever the hell you want to call them at this point. Nations League creating shit like that, extra games again. I can't remember if that was last year or the year before. Well, probably the year before because we had to cancel everyone's international tournaments last year. But just think about the amount of games these guys are clocking up. It's madness. The season is being condensed, remember, because we had to start the season a bit later than usual because the other season finished later and then, it got even more condensed. And every time there was a break, it was international games and there was like 3 international games as well when they had to go play for their countries. So most of these players have only had maybe 1 week break from last August till now, which was maybe in between Champions League, Europa League final to start of Euros, maybe 1 week. And I think Mason Mount maybe had 5 days max. I don't even think he even had that 3, 4, 5 days. I definitely wasn't a week. So these men are human, man. They've had to play twice a week and it's at a high level as well. And we know the game is becoming more P&P, than it used to be as well. So it's tough, man.
Bro, and Chelsea play a game a week before the first Premier League game. That is the Super.
We have Villarreal.
Not only that, bro, after this season's finished, we go straight to the World Cup.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Chelsea
we go
players
straight to the World Cup.
Yeah, when they finish. So if England get to the final and Mason Mount, this is why when Mason Mount, Reece James, and Chilwell are not playing, I'm not complaining. I don't care, bro. Like respectfully, obviously, I wish they were playing for themselves, so that obviously they want to play. But from a Chelsea perspective, if they're not playing, if they're not starting, cool. Because they need to rest, man. Seriously, especially Mason, they need to rest. They've been playing so many games. Look at Tammy chilling on that holiday, loving life. Callum gone to Ghana, chilling on that holiday. What Man City play? I mean, most of the Man City squad got picked for internationals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The ones that ain't playing here are playing over there in South America.
Copa America, exactly. Yeah. Copa America's going on right now. AFCON. People are forgetting AFCON's going to be next January.
You know the thing about AFCON, yeah? It's such a weird part of the season. Because these men will be gone while the Premier League.
While the Premier League's still going.
It's so weird, bro.
But Chelsea have they have games in Japan as well for the Club World Cup at Christmas. Super Cup.
How many games is that? Is that 3 games?
I think it's 3 or 4. I'm not sure. I can't remember because we ain't been in it for so long.
Straight to semis, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember how it works. It might even be 2 games. Yeah, I'm not sure. But it's not even just that. Yeah, it's the traveling. Like that's a long travel. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know? Oh, which game was it? Which game was in Baku? And I was like, bruv, it was
Europa League.
No. Which game? What was the last game in Baku? And I was like, bruv, why is this game? Yes. I was like, why is this game all the way out there? Yeah. I was like, why is this game in the Baku? I think it might have been the Netherlands. I think so.
Wales went out there as well.
Why is this game?
Yeah.
Why is this game there? None of these teams are anywhere near that country.
No idea, bro. No idea. Again, but this is what Gunter was cussing about from Wales team. He was like, "Yo, this tournament's a fast one. They're making Switzerland, Wales, like in terms of distance traveled, they're up there." And then
I think Wales had the worst one in terms of the groups. I think Wales had to travel 3 times for 3 different games, and like here's the thing. Forget the Wales cussing that they got knocked out. They got knocked out deservingly. But can I understand that these men are like, we are tired because we're playing.
And certain other teams are not traveling. England didn't have to move once. England have not moved. England going to Rome is their first time they're coming outside. Do you know what I mean? In the next game, they're going to Rome. Yeah. So it's not the fairest system currently set up. I'm not going to lie. It really isn't. No. So I do feel for the players in terms of just the amount of movement they've had to do recently. It's a bit mad.
Questions for both of you. One player, and you get one player only. Standout of a player that you didn't really know or expect to do well in the tournament, like your little star player that is deserving of a big move that we didn't know about. One each, by the way.
I feel like half my fan base didn't know about Jorginho, so that might be a surprise. But welcome to the party.
Come on, seriously.
Locatelli.
Who?
Locatelli.
It's not been playing recently as well. Italy,
but people knew about it. Do someone proper, man. People knew about Locatelli. Like I'm talking a player that nobody really knew before this.
I'd say the brother at Czech Republic, Sic. I seen his ratings on Football Manager.
People knew who he was.
But I didn't. Okay. So maybe you're just making an assumption. I saw him on Football Manager. He had some good, nice ratings: 14 finishing, 14 heading, 14 pace. You know them Football Manager strikers where they're quite balanced in everything.
Somebody just put mine in. The 2 players that I feel like are deserving a big move.
Yeah,
the 2 players that deserve a big move that nobody knew about, in my opinion, was that Denzel Dumfries and Damgard. Those 2 have been standout players of this competition.
I don't know about big moves for them Dutch brothers now. I'm sorry.
Guy, that Dumfries,
I don't know about that. No,
Dumfries. Have you watched Dumfries for Netherlands?
He's been good, but I've got a little bit of PTSD from these Eredivisie brothers coming over.
Nah, man, he was legit,
a little bit of adaptation time. I don't know. His name is ringing off though. Spinazzola? He's been linked with Chelsea. Spinazzola, sorry, I'm terrible with this. He's been at Roma and he's right-footed, but I've been so shocked that he's right-footed because the crosses that he's putting in with his left foot, he's been incredible, man. So he's one of them guys that, I think Chelsea were linked, or apparently the club are tracking. If you used to bring in a wing-back that can play on both sides, he's been someone that we've been linked with. Again, not giving him the cosign because I haven't watched him all season. I'm not going to be judging him off this tournament, but he's been good for Italy. He's been very good for Italy. This super chat, we're going to wrap up soon.
Quickly, Monstar, who you got? Sorry, I forgot to ask.
I don't know. I think Locatelli, but obviously you said people know him. But then there's also Schick, and you said people know him too.
Who do you want from? The butcher from.
I like Mbappe as well. I liked Mbappe as well. Who else is there?
People know him, bro. He's a wonder kid on Football Manager, bro. If you check.
Who, Mbappe?
Yeah. I think he's
also a bastard to play against. He's a bastard to play against in FIFA as well. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's majority. The people I've been impressed with personally is people we already know.
Okay.
Isak's coming up on here. Saj hasn't taken to the Isak hype.
No, I have. I still think Isak. He's a cheaper version than Haaland, and he plays how Chelsea have been. Bruv, he does not like. He doesn't like the
mission,
ball.
though.
He likes to run.
You know, he's Sociedad wants 70 mil, but yeah,
with me. If I was 70 mil,
if I was to advise him, I would tell him to stay at Sociedad for another couple seasons, isn't it?
Okay.
You need to be doing a lot more. Sorry, you need to be top scorer in La Liga before you're talking about 70 M's. I'm sorry, that's not going to run. I don't know where he finished in terms of La Liga scorers. Where did he finish last season?
I don't know. I would have to check
because I know he weren't touching Suarez and all them brothers. Do you know what I mean? Let me see.
I'll check.
Because you brothers are talking about 70 M's. People are dropping 70 M's like it's 25. What's going on now? That Gerard Moreno guy from Villarreal, who's in that Spain squad, he's third. Suarez, bro, this brother's not even cracking the top. Brother's sixth.
That's pretty good. He's very young, bro.
All right, that's not bad, you know. It's not too bad. Shooting accuracies, it's not too bad, but. Yeah, so he's very young to be dropping that kind of money.
Although he didn't have the best years, I won't lie.
Yeah, he needs to be a lot more clinical before dropping 70 M's. If players want to play less games, then take less wages. Clubs are using 70% turnover on wages. You want 300k a week, you go and play more games. Damn!
Yes,
Banji coming with the facts, fam. Banji's not on nothing today.
He ain't playing them games.
Banji said, don't come here whining and whinging about your petty rich man problems. You get on that pitch and entertain me.
My man's like, most of us are on minimum wage. We ain't trying to hear it. Get to work, boy.
It's true from Tesco. They're clocking up bare hours from 40 hours a week. Are you crazy? Putting on 90 minutes performances, pushing them trolleys. Ain't nobody complaining. Do you know what I mean? Get on that pitch and run, fam. That's what Banji's saying. He's not on nothing. Are you talking about? Stop. You know I can't pronounce. Just stop. Don't do that. We're going to wrap up anyway, people. Great show. I'm guessing Big Steve is, I don't know, face down somewhere. I don't know. You need to check on that.
7 Heineken beers around him in his England shop. in English shirt.
Someone said Goldberg. That's a shout.
Nah, he wouldn't even be starting if it wasn't for certain situations.
Wow, nothing can impress Saj, can it?
No.
Good for one game. Monstar, bro. Let them know where to find you, what's going on, what's coming out, any news that we've been missing. I ain't been covering any transfer news for a hot minute. Any new stuff coming out recently?
Nah. If we're being honest, listen. One thing I would say is once the Euros are over. Transfer window might get peak in it.
Fam, I'm gonna start making up shit if nothing happens. I'll tell you that now.
Things are gonna go on. You know what I mean? Like things are gonna go on for Chelsea and for Man City. You know what I mean? But let's wait until the Euros are over, innit?
Yeah, it's a ticking time bomb before these two oil rich clubs start stampeding down the place again.
Oh, to get peak.
I can't believe Greenish is gonna cost 100 G's, bro. What?
Why are you stressed? Why are you even shocked? Like as if that wasn't.
Apparently it's a release clause, though. Apparently it's a release clause.
Harry Kane and Grealish are literally in the same stratosphere of money.
Well, I think Harry Kane's probably 150 M's, isn't it?
Might as well just spend 70 more and get Mbappe, bro.
Who told you Harry Kane was going to cost you 100 M's?
100 M's and nah, I'm joking. I was gonna say 100 M's and Sterling. Nah. We're keeping Sterling, bro. I told everybody during last season, Sterling comes in seasons, bro. If he has one bad season, and then he's gonna score 40 goals a season. Facts. 40 goals and assists. Facts.
40. Okay. In terms of myself, people, we're going to be dropping some videos tomorrow. I haven't confirmed what's happening tomorrow morning, but we shall pray that we can do something for you, something that you have been waiting for quite some time. If you want content,
don't do that.
if it doesn't happen, it's Saj's fault. If you want some content from me in terms of a short video, I put something up on Instagram. I'm actually quite proud. I think it's decent. I think it's not too bad. I'm still getting into the Instagram way of things, so go over there, support me on Instagram if you guys can. Link is in description. I put out a video there, just really just celebrating the England win, the Southgate dilemma with, whether we're backing him or we're not, in terms of do we believe he's going to bring it home, all this kind of stuff. So it's really just a skit, comedy, whatever. I don't know. If you laugh, it's up to you, innit? But someone said roundabout ? I prefer not to speak. Listen, we shall pray. look at them. Look, they already know what it is. I will negotiate with Saj behind the scenes, but I do now have the missing technical part of equipment that I needed to film it. So we now have the ability, the facilities to film it. So it's up to it's now Saj's. It's now
the amenities, if you would.
Yes, we were missing a very important piece of equipment to film it, unfortunately. So that's why it wasn't getting done. To film outside is a problem, people. So yeah, thank you, Victor. Victor, you're a good one. You're a good one.
Slick with it.
Even Bambo, he just doesn't miss.
Can I ask one more thing?
Yeah.
From now, just so I can go back and crap on people if later on. Who's gonna win it? Who's gonna win the whole thing?
Oh, you really want to do us in 4K?
Both of you, yes, 4K.
I would like to say the winner will be Italy.
You're a traitor.
Wait.
Oh, she was shot on set.
Hold on. No, I don't want to go with that one. Maybe
Monstar, you got
maybe Belgium. I don't know.
Belgium. I'm gonna go with Belgium for now.
I want. If England don't win it, I want Italy to win it because of Georgia.
No. You said Italy. Don't do that. Don't do this double take thing. Where I said everybody. So I'm gonna go Czech Republic. The way you just laughed. Yo, disrespectful. Bro.
No. It's not disrespecting. Anyway, man, asking me, can I do a space? It's not that late. Yeah, I could do a space. I'll probably set up a space for you guys. Definitely, we'll talk. And we'll just start adding Mandem in there. So get your Twitter. Followers? Yeah, so what Saj wants a stat pad, yeah.
Yes, I do want a stat pad.
Go onto your Twitter. I'll start a space in the next 5 minutes after the stream, and we'll just chit chat. But I will be telling you, I'm gonna end it at a respectable time, not some 5 a.m. thing. Because certain man, when they get in there and start arguing, I start seeing the sunrise, and I'm like, why am I still here hosting this thing? Do you know what I mean? When I should be in my bed. So yeah. Smash the like, subscribe if you're new, and we will see you guys next time for another episode of the Oil Boys. And look at you guys so happy for the space. That's nice. It's nice because I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited now. I'm excited to see some wild opinions. Let's get Rafa in the building. In a bit, people. Peace.
Bless.